Daredevil is our true public enemy.
According to eyewitnesses, the brutal attack has been carried out by none other than Daredevil.
Who are you? I'm Daredevil.
This is the great thing about his plan is that he already knew what to do. By the time we get to see episode 10 or 11, everything has cleared up. You know now, full on, no questions about it. Kingpin had another plan, and his plan was to be what? No longer just Wilson Fisk, but the Kingpin of crime, and that's what they start calling him.
Well, that's where we also had the question, because they had all of the crime bosses meet the Kingpin. But where was Luke Cage?
They had another dude for Harlem. By that time, he was quiet from Netflix. Yes, he made all of the crime, and they altered. So the end of
You're saying the timelines are different.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Probably didn't finish writing that story because in Luke Cage at the end, Luke Cage becomes the Godfather of Harlem.
Yes,
but here we see another brother who's there, who we've never seen before.
But we saw Annabella Sciorra. She's in there.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
But the Asian guy from Iron Fist wasn't there, so or his wife. So,
yeah.
So the point is, he's making all these different criminal gangs pay him a fig, a percentage of their business.
Or you get killed by. Well, that's the other thing. The thing is that Daredevil's back, and he's just Daredevil's back, but Matt Murdock isn't wearing the costume.
No, but not yet. But I'm saying
you already went past that point.
No, but I'm saying
you went way past that point.
He's paying them, but who is he using? Who is he using to enforce his deal with?
That's basically what I said, but you're saying in connection to those killers. Yes, he's using Daredevil to.
No, he's using the FBI.
Well, that's
and it's not the female body inspectors.
Oh God.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, you are correct. He's using. The thing is that. There's a long list of FBI agents. He has all of them. He has something on all of them. So that's the thing is that Foggy has something on Foggy, has a little bit of something on Matt Murdock. And Matt Murdock he's rogue right now. He's he meets up with Foggy. They're trying to get their connection back. But in this scene, what's the name? Matt Murdock only basically takes his ID so he can get into prison and basically talk to one of the people that used to work with for Wilson Fisk, right?
Yeah, when Fisk gets out, he's trying to figure out why do you say that, you were the witness to Fisk getting shanked and stuff like that.
So it's and it gives a great scene of Matt Murdock in prison.
The fight scene in prison.
Yeah, so there's a big fight scene, and then you find out that that's where you find out a lot of the plans of the Kingpin isn't what we thought it was.
Right. And you also see the Kingpin was watching him in prison, and
he has power over that too.
How does a blind man fight like that, survive that? Because he was supposed to die in prison.
Well, it's also they're drawing a lot from the comic book because from Born Again, because the Kingpin hasn't figured out how Daredevil sees, so it's mostly disbelief that he's actually blind. Even though his lawyer says, "Hey, it was proof that he was legally blind. We're not sure why he's able to basically react as if it looks like he can see because look at all the stuff he's doing." So but then most of the story also deals with Dex, and there's Poindexter sort of he has this bad past, and they have this whole flashback of showing his past, his troubled childhood, just like the Kingpin had this troubled childhood, and they slowly build that up. But I like that they introduced someone from his past, Dex's past, that he didn't actually do anything terrible to. Because it seemed like he was going to be a serious... it was Julie.
But
he didn't do anything terrible to Julie. Do you remember Julie from the Suicide Hotline?
But he kind of freaked her out.
I'm saying he didn't ultimately kill her. So what they were building up to that has this past of being a killer, but he just has these tendencies in his head, and he's focused it as becoming an agent. But Julie was the one he connected, because he was a suicide hotline, and he's trying to talk people in how you can kill yourself. But he's talking to Julie at the place and saying, "Hey, How you doing, Julie? Yeah. So what kind of gun you got? So then Julie's always on his mind. So then he's sort of following her around. So it's leading like he's stalking her.
Not leading,
Yeah.
he is stalking her.
So I'm saying that's what it looks like. It's going to be something terrible. You're like, I don't have any proof that he did that yet. So it's leading us that way. But actually, when they meet up, the Kingpin also sets that up. That's another crazy thing. And Dex already knows, is like, why would you bring her here? Like, why would you have her working here? And I don't know, because just
But it just shows.
I don't
how
know that
insane
I don't know that Dex would blow his cool that quickly on the situation, but it was necessary for them to have more conflict with the Kingpin.
Right, but it is kind of makes sense, because what happens to the character of Dex is that, you know, he uses a number of tools to keep him steady, because, you know, he needs some guidance, and that's what he has. Tapes. He had a psychiatrist or a sociologist who used to help him out, and they always told him to look for someone like a North Star, something. So one of the characters is Nadim is part of that too.
Nadim's more was his friend though.
Well, his friend.
He's the one. He's like, you believed in him, and then of course, since he killed all these people, they're like, the Kingpin also stood up for him when they were trying to say he didn't have to kill all these people, but
Isn't kill? He executed them.
Yeah, but
He killed some for legitimately protecting, but then when the fighting was over, to make sure they were dead, he shot them dead.
Yeah. So it's I mean, everything goes under investigation. You have to do that, and that was probably even the Kingpin to sort of push him the other way. So they put him, and then that's another thing, is that this is where, when you get to the first fight between because we've gone around the bend with everywhere we've gone with this review of this. Kingpin sends Dex as Daredevil to take out Foggy and Karen. And he gets him in a central location because Daredevil and Foggy have this witness to prove that the Kingpin set this off in the newspaper, and they're going to reveal the story. And Daredevil shows up, killing everybody in the newspaper. And Matt Murdock is in his his civvies with his mask on, and they're in this big fight, and it's a great fight.
Absolutely fantastic.
And Daredevil has an edge, but Daredevil as Dex as Daredevil has this ricocheting ability that he uses in his accuracy.
As long as he throws something, so Daredevil can't just like throw. He has to be there battling it out. And you're 100%. We missed some. This season, some of the fights were excellent. I got to say, I really was impressed.
Well, I talked about the prison fight.
No, I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying some of the fights were pretty excellent. I liked a lot of the fights that came out there. The fight in the church was great. The fight in against the
church fight was more Guardian Devil, because this is a fight between Daredevil and Bullseye in Kevin Smith's story. So it was sort of because Guardian Devil was playing up Sister Maggie and Karen Page and all this stuff. So it was sort of mixed. I liked how this one worked out more than Guardian Devil, because it didn't end.
The comic.
After in the TV show, Guardian Devil, this big fight happens. Daredevil is pretty much finished. Karen's there to help him out, but Dex, they shut down the whole block. So it's like, is Daredevil and Karen, are they going to get out? So it's the next episode I really liked. I was back really
how they
into
were able
it.
to get back.
Yeah,
out.
and they were playing that up.
I got to say, overall, is there any other characters, something you want to touch with?
I do want to say it kind of went south at the end for me. The action and everything was good, but the harder part was that most movies and TVs deal with revenge, and this one played it up worse than anything. Now, my favorite character in the series is Vanessa, because they bring Vanessa back, and of course she's a babe, she's gorgeous, but she's not immediately into the Kingpin, and there's some tension going on, and Kingpin is like, I'm pulling out all the stops, I'm making the classic guy making eggs in the morning thing, and she's like, you're basically trying to buy me, and I want to be a part of your entire world. Where she really gets into the aspect of being the Kingpin's wife. And that's a powerful character that's not apologetic for who she is and what she's going to become. And it's one of the few characters that are like saying, I'm in this world with you. And then that goes to the painting that they love. We find out that was a
Holocaust survivor.
A Holocaust survivor. So that we don't know how Vanessa got that picture. and she had no problem with it, and she had no problem with knowing that they used force to get the picture back. So we had a character just unapologetic about where she's at in the story.
Yeah, but she was a realist because she knew when she saw like blood on the.
But she wanted to connect with the Kingpin, and she knew that he was trying to separate his being Kingpin of crime and
what did she say?
love life.
She didn't want to be one of the shiny objects that he puts
Yes.
on the wall. She wanted to be part of his life. And one of the things she does in part of his life, she's the one who orders the death of Agent Nadim.
Yes.
You know, so, you know.
And says use Dex for it, which is a powerful scene. But